What if the most dangerous team at the 2026 FIFA World Cup isn't Brazil, isn't France, and isn't Argentina? What if it's Portugal, a nation that has quietly transformed itself into one of the most complete tactical forces in international football? A team blending world-class experience with fearless young talent. A team that can dominate possession, press aggressively, and hurt opponents in multiple ways. And perhaps most importantly, a team entering the tournament with a level of balance they've rarely possessed before. Could this be Portugal's best opportunity to conquer the world since their historic triumph at Euro 2016? And if so, why are so many people still overlooking them? Today, we're breaking down exactly why Portugal might be the team everyone should be watching ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. When conversations about World Cup favorites begin, the usual names dominate the headlines. France, Argentina, Brazil, England, Spain. Yet somehow, Portugal often finds itself just outside that elite discussion. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. Over the last few years, Portugal have evolved significantly. Gone are the days when everything revolved around a single superstar. Today, this is a team packed with technical quality, tactical intelligence, and elite depth across almost every position. Their recent performances have shown a side capable of controlling games, creating chances consistently, and adapting to different opponents. Many analysts now believe Portugal possess one of the most balanced squads in world football. But what exactly makes them such a dangerous proposition heading into 2026? Let's dive into the tactical details. Tactical identity. Portugal's greatest strength begins with their tactical flexibility. In possession, they operate with remarkable control. The build-up often starts from the back, with defenders comfortable on the ball and midfielders constantly rotating to create passing lanes. Bruno Fernandes acts as the creative heartbeat of the side. His ability to find space between the lines and deliver decisive passes allows Portugal to break defensive structures. Alongside him, Vitinha provides composure and rhythm. He dictates tempo, recycles possession, and ensures Portugal remain in control during crucial moments. Then there is João Neves. Despite his age, he already plays with the maturity of a seasoned international. His energy, ball-winning ability, and intelligence make him a vital link between defense and attack. Together, these midfielders allow Portugal to dominate possession without becoming predictable. One of the most impressive aspects of their game is their ability to switch tempo. They can patiently circulate possession before suddenly accelerating through the middle or attacking wide areas. The fullbacks provide crucial width, stretching defensive lines and creating space for midfield runners. Out of possession, Portugal become equally impressive. They press aggressively. When possession is lost, players immediately swarm the ball to recover it. This counter-pressing approach prevents opponents from launching dangerous transitions. Their defensive shape remains compact, limiting space between the lines and forcing opponents into uncomfortable areas. The result: Portugal are incredibly difficult to play against. They can control the ball when they want, and they can suffocate opponents when they don't have it. Portugal's biggest strength. If there's one area that separates Portugal from many of their rivals, it's midfield control. Few national teams can match the combination of creativity, technical quality, work rate, and tactical intelligence available to Portugal. Bruno Fernandes brings creativity. Vitinha brings composure. João Neves brings energy and defensive security. Bernardo Silva adds another layer of intelligence and versatility. Together, They create a midfield capable of adapting to almost any situation. Need possession. Portugal can dominate. Need intensity. Portugal can press. Need control. Portugal can slow the game down and dictate every phase. But it doesn't stop there. Tournament football is often decided by squad depth, and Portugal possess quality almost everywhere. Rafael offers explosive pace and directness. Nuno Mendes provides elite athleticism from fullback. Diogo Costa has developed into one of the most reliable goalkeepers in international football. And throughout the squad, there are players capable of changing games from the bench. This depth becomes especially important during a long tournament where injuries, fatigue, and suspensions can derail even the strongest teams. Portugal are built to survive those challenges. And that's one reason why their World Cup hopes feel more realistic than ever. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this tactical breakdown and love deep football analysis, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments. How far do you think Portugal can go at the 2026 World Cup? Quarterfinals? Semifinals? Or can they actually win it all? Now let's talk about the biggest name in Portuguese football history. The Cristiano Ronaldo factor. No discussion about Portugal is complete without Cristiano Ronaldo. Whether he starts every game or not, his influence remains enormous. Ronaldo brings something that cannot be measured purely through statistics. Experience, leadership, mentality. Few players in football history understand pressure better than he does. Few players have delivered in bigger moments. Inside the dressing room, his standards influence the entire squad. His professionalism sets the tone. His ambition raises expectations. And his presence alone can give teammates confidence during difficult moments. By 2026, Portugal may rely less on Ronaldo's physical output than they once did. But tournament football is often decided by mentality. And having one of the greatest competitors in football history around the squad could prove invaluable. Portugal's potential weaknesses. No team is perfect, and Portugal do have vulnerabilities. One concern is defensive transitions. Because Portugal commit numbers forward and dominate possession, they can occasionally leave spaces behind their midfield. Elite counterattacking teams could exploit those moments. Another issue is their dependence on midfield control. When Portugal successfully dictate possession, they look unstoppable. But against opponents capable of disrupting that rhythm, they can become less effective. There is also the pressure factor. Expectations are growing rapidly. With so much talent available, anything less than a deep tournament run may be viewed as disappointment. And finally, some of the world's most dangerous counterattacking teams thrive against possession-heavy opponents. If Portugal face one of those sides in a knockout game, tactical discipline will become crucial. These weaknesses don't make Portugal vulnerable, but they do remind us that winning a World Cup is never straightforward. Why Portugal could win the World Cup? Despite those concerns, Portugal possess nearly every ingredient required to become world champions. They have an elite goalkeeper, a strong defense, a world-class midfield, match winners in attack, tournament experience, and perhaps most importantly, tactical flexibility. Modern World Cups are rarely won by teams that rely solely on individual brilliance. They're won by complete teams. Teams that can adapt. Teams that can suffer. Teams that can dominate. Portugal increasingly looks like that kind of team. This isn't just a collection of talented players. It's a carefully assembled squad with balance across every area of the pitch. and that's why they may be more dangerous than ever before. Final prediction and conclusion. Portugal may not be entering the tournament as the outright favorite, but they might just be entering it as the most complete team. If their stars stay fit, their young talents continue developing, and their tactical structure remains intact, don't be surprised if Portugal are still standing deep into the final stages of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. In fact, they have every reason to believe they can lift the trophy. Because the question isn't whether Portugal can compete with the world's best anymore. The real question is whether the world's best can stop Portugal. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to subscribe for more elite football tactical breakdowns, match previews, and post-match analysis throughout the 2026 World Cup. Share this video with a fellow football fan. And don't forget to tell me in the comments, is Portugal your dark horse, your favorite, or your future world champion? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next analysis.